Hey Trailblazers! Earlier this week, Prydwen and Grimrow announced a new community-designed PvP format for Honkai Star Rail. As you know, the game can be a bit boring after you complete everything. So a bunch of competitive players got together and designed their own minigame for the endgame. I won't go into all the rules, but you can watch Grimrow's video and read about it on Prydwen and Discord. The gist of it is that it's a 2v2 mode where two teams compete to see who can clear MOC 10 the fastest. A big part of the gameplay is the drafting process, and Prydwen made a tool on their site to facilitate this. Banning and picking characters to use adds a lot of variety to the games. Of course, there are a few popular characters that get picked and banned a lot, but I've rarely seen the exact same lineup used twice. There's a good amount of strategic depth to Prydwen's PvP design, and the best way to talk about it is to show you some of my games. This is the first PvP match I've ever played, and my teammate is also new at this. We decided to pick our carries and sustains first. This was a big mistake because the other team picked up all the supports and easily beat us. Offensive supports are the most important characters to have in PvP. Their skill sets are unique, so they can't easily be replaced, and they work with whatever carry you have. There's also not many of them, so once they're gone, you can be stuck using a sub-DPS Dan Hung like my teammate, and I can tell you it was not a fun experience. The next battle went a lot better. I was actually facing Grimrow and someone from his community. In this draft, my team was able to ban and pick the three strongest sustained characters, Fushuan, Luocha, and Japard. This forced the other team to try to solo sustain with Bailu and Lynx. And the Lynx team failed their run, and that got us the victory. Damage in MOC 10 is very high, so it's risky to try to solo sustain without the best characters. By picking up the best for our team, we forced the opponent to take a risk or run two defensive supports, in which case their clears will be a lot slower. This can also backfire if you try too hard to take away all the sustained supports. Because my opponent in the third match had a super strong Imbibitor Lune, his Natasha was able to solo sustain because the enemies were dead before they could attack. The best way to play your draft is to be flexible. My teammate and I were drafting overall good units while the opponent was trying to take away all the offensive supports. They got greedy and left their sustain units for last. That's when we decided to take Japard and Natasha away with our last picks and left them to solo with Fire MC. Not only did the Fire MC team fail to clear, their Bailu team also failed, so this was a huge landslide victory. In my short experience so far, matches were won or lost in the draft, but as players become more experienced in playing this game mode, I can see the drafts becoming more even and the results being decided on gameplay instead. The unfortunate reality of the PvP mode is that it favors players who have a deep roster. Being able to pick and ban the strongest characters without worrying if you own them or have them built is a huge advantage. One area of improvement for this game mode is the overall logistics. Matchmaking and playing this mode is all run through their Discord server. It takes a lot of time and coordination to just play a match. You need to find a teammate and opponents, which can take some time. After the two teams have formed, you then need to do the draft, which can take around 20 minutes, because you're learning about your teammate's roster for the first time, and you two are trying to figure out who's playing side 1 and who's playing side 2, and who needs what units. Then when you get to actually playing and running through MOC, you have to juggle around 4 people on Discord, sharing the screens, and handing it off to each other. If things go smoothly, you can start and end a match in around 30 minutes, but it could drag on to an hour. Despite my worries about accessibility and annoying logistics, I still had a lot of fun playing PvP. At the end of the day, this is the only way endgame players can continue to play the game after clearing everything. And I really appreciate Prydwen and Grimrow for organizing all of this. If you want to test out how strong your characters are against the best players, you should definitely give this a try. Just so you know what the competition is like, the top PvP players can consistently clear MOC side 1 in 2 cycles and side 2 in 3 cycles. I hope you check this out, and good luck on your matches. Thanks for watching.